Hello and welcome back to the World of Warcraft Legion beta servers. Today I will be showing you the Mistweaver monk spec as it is played right now on the beta. As you can see, I'm on a template character with an item level of 680. I did skip all of the opening and pre-patch scenarios and quests to get right here to the Broken Isles into Dalaran. One more thing before we go ahead and turn in our quest here and get rolling. I do want to show you a few of our new passives here for the Mistweaver Monk so that you get an idea why certain things are happening, and eventually if you want to skip ahead to the end of the video, I have annotations in the descriptions for talents, for abilities, and for the animations, and also for the class hall. So if you're looking for something in particular and you don't necessarily want to spoil the quest line, the very opening quest line for our artifact weapon, you can go ahead and go to those times. So our new mastery is Gusts of Mists, rather. Effuse, Renewing Mist, Enveloping Mist, and Vivify also cause a gust of healing mists, instantly healing the primary target for 7,907. We have Soothing Mist. This is a 40-yard range passive. Effuse, Enveloping Mist, Vivify, and Life Cocoon also trigger Soothing Mist. After casting these spells, you continue to channel healing mists into the target, healing them for 2,856 every 4/10 of a second until you take any other action. So we no longer have Soothing Mist as an ability that we just cast. It is automatically cast for you when you cast one of those spells. So you'll see that soon. And Teachings of the Monastery, a passive where Tiger Palm causes your next Blackout Kick to strike an additional time, stacking up to 3. Blackout Kick has a 15% chance to reset the remaining cooldown on Rising Sun Kick. So, just to show you really quickly, I believe Vivify is one of our... As you can see, I am now casting Soothing Mists, and as long as I stay here, I am continuously casting heals. So you don't need to throw Soothing Mist on a target anymore, it just automatically does it for you. And I can move around while doing it, which I believe is part of... Was this a talent? Yes, it's one of my talents. Normally you would not be able to walk around with Soothing Mist being cast, but I took this particular talent to be able to let me do that. Because I'm bad, and I like it better that way. It's good to see you on your feet. The members of the Council of Six are recuperating from their ordeal. The intensity of the teleportation spell can be disorienting. It seems you lost consciousness for a time, but at least you didn't awaken to find yourself stuck in a wall. Dalaran has been relocated to the Broken Isles. From here, we will spearhead the effort to acquire the Pillars of Creation and drive the Legion from Azeroth once and for all. And as you can see, we get the Dalaran Hearthstone, basically your new garrison Hearthstone, and 5 tomes of the Tranquil Mind, which are used to reset your talents, whether it be in the open world, in a dungeon, or in a raid, as long as you are not in combat. You can see I don't have any quests available to me, and there are none on the map here in Dalaran for me to be able to pick up, so we just run around a little bit, and eventually we will be prompted with an NPC to start our quest chain. I do want to mention I also have Windwalker and Brewmaster Monk videos up already. The Brewmaster might not be up by the time this is up, I'm not sure, but both of them should be up by the time you're seeing this video, actually. Now that I think about it.
Hey, message for you from
if you're looking for those
Grandmaster
specs,
Height.
they are available on my channel. I have been looking all over this strange city for you. Grandmaster Height has requested all senior monks to return to the Peak of Serenity as soon as possible. That means you too, of course. I'll bet a week's worth of brew that this has something to do with the assault in the Broken Shore I've heard tales about.
Have a safe journey.
So, we just cast Zen Pilgrimage. And we will go to the Peak of Serenity, which, as a monk player, you are probably familiar with. They send you here every so often to do a quest that gets you a buff while you were leveling. And also some gear at different points. Okay, here we go.
Ah, it's good to see you again. Now that we are all gathered, let's begin. As you all know, the defeat at the Broken Shore was decisive. The loss of so many valiant heroes was a terrible blow. The Burning Legion is a grave threat. We must find a way to stop their assault before all that we hold dear can be... By the Jade Serpent! What was that?
Grandmaster Height! Grandmaster Height! A giant thing appeared in the sky! Demons are appearing everywhere!
I do not have a target.
Chong, are you alright? Speak to me.
Oh, my head. The demons. I cut down the students before my eyes. Heard shouting from the cave of the crane. I don't feel so good.
Brace the west door. I don't want any more surprises. Now, let's see what's going on out there.
That's always how I fall down too. Doing a little backflip and landing with my face in my crotch.
No, this cannot be. There are too many of them. We have to evacuate. I need you to send any survivors you find back to the temple. Chong mentioned the cave of the crane, so start there. Hurry! We must escape before we are overrun!
I see you, monk. Your struggle is for naught. My forces will purge your order from the face of this world.
I need a target. I need to target something first.
Begone, foul creature! You will not harm any more of our sacred texts.
I need to get closer. I am out of range.
Thank you, friend. My students died to protect these scrolls. Centuries of history could have been lost. Chen Stormstout was teaching a class of youngsters when the attack began. He's one of the strongest monks I know, but even he won't be able to hold out forever. Come, we must rescue them. No good. We don't have time to fight our way through that horde. If I focus my chi, I believe I can get us behind their forces. Quickly, take my hand. This is worse than I feared. We must part ways. They need my help here at the temple. Chen's class should be just to the north, across the bridges. Jade Serpent, watch over you.
Almost had me that time. Try again. Did you think you could hit me with that? Did you think you could hit me with that?
You cannot hide from me, monk. Try as you might, but your monastery will burn.
Did you think you could hit me with that? You have strength, but lack speed. You have strength, but lack speed. Thank you for the assistance, friend. That foul creature put up quite a fight. Children, behave yourselves. Come, children. We must get to the temple. Hero, I will need your help. The complex is crawling with evil. Infernal incoming! Watch your head!
I do
plan
not
must
have a
hunt.
target.
It is a
I
relief
need to
see you.
target something first.
I'm glad to see you and the children are safe.
It was all thanks to this hero, who arrived just in time to help us out.
Well fought, but we're not done yet. Chen, take the cubs as far away from this place as you can. This champion and I will stay and seal the portal. White Tiger, walk with you, my friend. We cannot allow the Legion to establish a foothold here. We need to close that portal down. Welcome. I hope your travel was pleasant.
You are stronger than you look, monk. But I will not be defied. Jorvanax, keep that portal open.
That demon will just open another portal if we don't take care of it first. Prepare yourself!
I need a target.
Well done! That Fellstone must be powering the portal. Destroy it! They're coming through!
Okay, and now we've finished that very opening scenario to show what happens at the Peak of Serenity in Pandaria. And now you can see, but this UI has come up. We are now in our class order hall, which is Shensuzu, right? Shensuzu? The giant turtle, if you remember this from the monk starting area. This is where you would do your 1 to 10, or if you're that one guy, 1 to 100. I still don't know why he would do that. that guy had the patience of a saint. But here we are. This is where our class order hall is going to be for this expansion. So we're back on the turtle now that Pandaria is under attack. We have a new place.
Speak up.
To set up camp. Welcome back to the land of the living. We nearly lost you in that explosion. Lucky for us that the Wandering Isle happened to be traveling nearby. The people here have graciously allowed us to reside at the temple. It's not like the Peak of Serenity, but this will make a fine new home.
Goodbye.
It was a miracle that you were able to survive. It is with great sorrow that I have to say that Grandmaster Height was not so lucky. His spirit now rests with the ancestors. Now we must look to a new leader for our order, our broken temple. I have spoken with the other masters, and we are all of one mind on this. We all agree that the new leader should be you. You have shown strength, wisdom, courage, and kindness beyond measure. Walk with us to the temple, and we will announce our decision.
Enough of that.
Excellent. I have everything prepared inside. Follow me. To all members and students of our combined schools, I offer you my thanks for joining us. The attack at the Peak of Serenity shows that the Burning Legion wishes to shatter our order. They will destroy our homes, defile our sacred temples, and strive to break our spirit.
But as we teetered upon the brink of annihilation, this hero stayed with Grandmaster Height and fought the demons to ensure our survival. Grandmaster Height has passed on to join the ancestors, and we are left with a void in our ranks. It seems fitting that the hero who fought at his side, who displayed courage and valor immeasurable, should succeed him.
Let us all give honor to the Grand Master. May she lead us with strength and wisdom. Monks, our greatest challenge still lies ahead. Under our new master, we will send a message of defiance to our enemies. They will not take our home without a fight.
Okay, so now we are the leader of the monks.
What
We'll
wisdom
talk with our
do you
friend
seek?
here. Congratulations, Grandmaster. And now you can see our Zen pilgrimage will no longer take us to the Peak of Serenity. So for the rest of this expansion, it will bring us here to the Temple of the Five Dawns, and then we can go back to wherever, or at least close to where our departure point was. The Burning Legion took us by surprise at the Peak of Serenity. We will not allow them to do so again. We have trained hard, but we need weapons capable of destroying this great evil if we are to have any chance of success. Our scrolls speak of several weapons that should prove suitable, but we are unable to decide which one to pursue first. The choice, Grandmaster, is yours. And this will bring up the UI for the three
Life is
artifact
to be
weapons.
savored.
Oh my god. I love the RP talk every time you click on someone. So these are the three weapons that we are able to get in the as a monk. Shaylun, Staff of the Mists, the item level 750 staff. You can take a look at it here. This is what we will be going for here today. You can see the Windwalker and Brewmaster items are right here. I do have videos up for both of these, so if you are interested in seeing those, go ahead and check them out on my channel as well. You might want to skip ahead because I do, there are some of the same things in some of them, so I do have annotations for times and stuff in those videos. Also, if you are playing a monk as your main through Legion, do be aware you can go back and get these other two items. If you are a Mistweaver, you can go and get the Windwalker and the Brewmaster items as well. You can get the first at 102, and the second, I am not particularly sure, but it may be 105 or 110 that you're able to get your second artifact weapon. And Blizzard has put in catch-up mechanics so that you won't be too far behind on your other weapons, and you can kind of get that up to par. So just in case you have to switch specs for your raid, you'll be able to do so without taking a severe hit to your item level for your traits for your weapon. Okay, so let's get started. Long ago, the last Pandaren Emperor used his staff Shaylun to shroud all of Pandaria in mists. The staff has remained at the Terrace of Eternal Spring for generations. When the Legion attacked Pandaria, Shadowpan defenders rushed to secure the area. They haven't reported back, and we fear the worst. The staff must not fall into the wrong hands.
Tell me of your travels.
As you wish, Grandmaster.
May you find Master
Shaylun, the legendary staff wielded by our last Emperor. If the Legion were to acquire this weapon, they could unleash untold horrors across the whole of the continent. They must be stopped. If you want to get to the terrace as fast as possible, you should hitch a ride directly to the mainland. Tok Tok, a Hosen Kite Master, is skulking around west of the temple. Speak to him without a delay.
May the red
So we're going to head
live forever.
over this direction and speak with our little Hosen buddy, who's going to put us on his little kite.
What do you need? We done? Okie doke.
And he's going to send us to the Terrace of Eternal
Okie
Spring.
doke. Back to Pandaria. This place smells like turtle anyways.
Same.
Pandaria looking real bad. Ain't seen this much germ jabbing since that big orc guy duked up the veil.
And there we go. Terrace of the Endless Spring. Oh, we got some ominous music. That must mean something fun is about to happen.
Oh, you too late. Them wob gobblers done took this place.
The wob gobblers. I sure do hate a wob gobbler. I'm gonna use that from now on. I'm gonna start calling people that.
I put you down here. Tata do what he do best. Nothing.
Sounds about right. And as you can see, Terran Zoo is here.
A healer.
When you are a healer doing these scenarios, at some point,
The importance of this sacred place. I personally led the patrol here, but we were ambushed. Thank you, hero. The sacred waters have already been corrupted. If you help me rescue the others, we may be able to reclaim this place.
you can just do it as a
I will
healer.
need your healing powers, champion. I cannot face this demon alone.
And you will get like NPCs as your allies here that you can
You
heal
will
up.
find no ease if your legion wants Pandaria. You will have to get through us.
I'm assuming these are bad. Oh, well. I was going to test and see what they actually did.
I need to get closer.
So, I've been doing this kind of wrong. We were supposed to open
I won't let you down.
these prisons, but my Chi flew around the room and managed to pull all of the mobs. So it made it a little bit difficult for me to get to them.
I'm
So,
with you.
just to let you know, I was doing this wrong, and I did know it.
I
just
am right
had
behind
muted
you.
myself and forgot.
I am out of range.
Begone, beast. Your shameful crusade ends here. Come, that monster has already spread his corruption to the waters above. We must act quickly.
must work together. Champion, we will follow your lead. How do you wish to deploy the Shadow Pan?
Need something?
Okay, we got some interesting choices here. This is unique, so I'm going to read through this. Thank you, Monk, for coming to our aid. I am Fei Li, and I have a reputation among the Shadow Pan for setting things on fire. Usually our enemies, sometimes our monastery. Lord Taranzu isn't too pleased with me at the moment. Help me get back into his good graces. If you can keep me on my feet, I will be able to break Asperseus's ice walls and otherwise bring him to a boil. Stand near me, and my brilliance aura will restore your mana. Fei Li grins savagely. Do you want me to really light this thing up, or should I concentrate on keeping myself alive?
Let's
let her
light
go.
them up.
We'll let her
What's the situation?
do her thing. Thank you for your well-timed rescue, Monk. We could have used your help in the Pandaren campaign. My name is Taoshi, the Silent Blade of the Shadow Pan. I slip unseen through enemy territory and strike where they are weakest. I'll do my part while Taranzu holds that thing's attention. I will stalk it from behind and bury my daggers in any weak spots. I can also help you move quickly around the battlefield. Stand near me to gain charges of your roll, chi torpedo, and mist walk abilities. How aggressive do you want me to be? I can throw caution to the wind and wage an all-out assault, but I'll need to know you have my back.
Ready
We're
when
going
you
to keep
are.
her back a little bit.
Welcome.
Hello, Monk. It is good to have a healer at our side. We are the Shadow Pan, the last defense of Pandaria. I am Hawk Master Nurong, master of the Wu Kao discipline. We are the eyes of the Shadow Pan, the scouts who make our enemies fear the darkness. Now, to business. I will assault Asperseus at range while my hawk Whitefeather swoops in to harass him with beak and claw. Stand near me and I will help you attack faster. I could go for an all-out attack, but it would put myself at risk. How aggressive should I be? Let's let
Ready
him
when
go
you
all
are.
out. I hope we can do this. So to speak with Taranzu.
It is the
Your
only
plan is
way.
solid. Of course, our success depends on your ability to keep us alive. For my part, I will try to hold the creature's attention and absorb the brunt of its fury. Let me know when you are ready, and I will give the order to begin the assault. We're probably gonna fucking die, because I suck at this.
Remain centered, my friend.
I hope I did the right thing.
Burn, baby. Burn.
Alright, friends. Let's do it.
We shall never yield.
Let's make sure Taranzu is filled up. I'm probably going to leave my mic open for this, so if you hear my keyboard, I do realize that it is open. Nope, don't stand in that crap. Just FYI. Oh, they're all standing in the junk. It's okay, though. We're doing well so far. Where's Detox? Boom. Got her. Okay, we got Whirling Maelstrom. Not quite sure what we're supposed to do here. Woohoo! Alright, let's get Shiji out. Give me some extra healing help here. Oh, let's just do that. It's a little difficult. Oh my gosh. We're just getting thrown everywhere. Gotta detox that guy. Boom. Alright, we're not doing too bad. We've got him down to 21%. I'm actually surprised this is significantly easier than some of the other healer scenarios that we were doing. Oh, here comes this crap again. Let's just throw a life cocoon on our friend.
It is done. You have done a great service for Pandaria this day. Here it is, the staff of our last emperor. You have proven yourself worthy to wield it, friend of the Shadow Pan.
Okay. This seems to be a little bit shorter of a scenario than the others, so that's always good. Gives us a little bit of time to talk. You probably, if you are going to be doing this scenario yourself, I am not an experienced monk healer, especially I have not really taken the time to go through all of these abilities per se, and how to, you know, kind of weave in and out and move the abilities around the right way. But you could probably send all of your attackers on full. We didn't really have much of a problem with our AoE heals being able to keep everyone alive. And you saw I got hit by every damn tornado that came by me. So as long as you have, you know, your bar set up right, or in somewhat of a decent fashion, it seems like it'll be pretty easy for you to do this. So let's pick up our artifact weapon, Shaylun, Staff of the Mists.
10,000 years ago, Emperor Shaohao used that very staff to cloak our land in a veil of mists, hiding us from the Burning Legion. But this time, the Pandaren will not hide away. We choose to fight! Turn the Emperor's staff against the Legion, champion. We will be right behind you.
Okay, so we could talk to Tok to fly back home to our class order hall. Let's take a look at how this looks on our character model. I actually really love this staff here. I don't think I'll be transmogging this except for maybe some of its own personal transmogs. So keep that in mind. There are transmogs throughout Legion for this item itself. It'll just change its appearance. Some of them are like Titan, some are Fire, etc., etc. So you can get those through various means throughout the expansion. And you can also, if you just absolutely hate it, you can transmog this to any staff that you have obtained through your account. So when the transmog system goes live, you can transmog this to anything you want. Okay, and we did get an ability, as you saw, when we equipped the weapon Shaylun's Gift. This is a 1.62 second cast. It draws in all nearby clouds of mist generated by Shaylun, healing the target for 13,718 per cloud absorbed. Now, I don't know what that means, so we'll have to, let's see if I can generate some clouds by throwing some heals on myself.
But not outwitted.
I can hear something. Oh, that's my Essence Font ability. Draws in all nearby clouds of mist generated by Shaylun, healing the target, so I'm not quite sure what that means.
Hasn't you
We'll have to try and find that out. Let's head back.
Back to Turtle. This place too wet anyways.
Thank you, my friend. May the White Tiger bless your campaign against our foes.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, they're all... Everyone's offline. All the NPCs left. They nerd raged. They quit on us. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why that isn't giving us a proper description of what those clouds are. I mean, obviously, it's like a lore weapon that shrouds the mists. Or shrouds Pandarian mist. So it'll shroud in the area that we're fighting in mist. Maybe... I don't know. Let's see if I can get some cast in here. Maybe it'll generate some clouds. Or maybe it only generates clouds.
You have the eyes of one
Based
who
on-
has traveled.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'm not going to spend too much time sitting here doing that. Incredible, the very staff of the Emperor used to cloak Pandaria and Mist all those ages ago. Treat that staff well. It will save your life, and probably the lives of all your friends as well.
May you find
Master,
mastery.
we have discovered a new technique that allows one with great focus to shape chi within magical objects. This technique should allow you to considerably improve the abilities of your new weapon. This technique requires a great deal of focus, so we are limited to only a single upgrade for now, but that will have to do.
Slow down.
So, you can see,
Life is to
now
be
we're able to
savored.
access this. It's called the Forge of the Roaring Mountain. If you click on it, it brings up the UI for your artifact weapon. So there's the ability that we were granted by equipping Shaylun. And here is the very first trait we were able to see. It's called Mists of Wisdom. It's a 1-rank passive that increases all of our healing done by 3%. As you can see, it costs 100 artifact power, and Blizzard gives us 100 artifact power just for completing like our scenario, equipping the weapon, and for the purposes of this tutorial. So we'll just go ahead and put that into the one slot we have available. And that's going to open up the rest of the traits for our item. As you can see, there are 3 golden portraited traits that are super useful. Make sure that you pick the one that you want absolutely the most before you start putting points in, because it does become very difficult later on to go back and respec. You actually lose artifact power when you do a respec, or it costs artifact power, so you'll have to get 600 artifact power just to respec and put your points back into the same spot you were in the first place, or go up the other side. So keep that in mind. As you can see, there are 2 directions for us to go from the trait we just put a point into, and they will each cost 300 artifact power. They may also cost 300 artifact power per rank, or may increase in rank. It depends on how they decide when the servers go live, so I'm not going to speculate on that, but you get the idea. Also, these numbers that I'm going to be reading off will be what it says here for the first rank. I'm not going to give you what it would be at the max rank, so if you're interested in that while we're going through, you can kind of get an idea by just doing the simple math in your head. Okay, here's Soothing Remedies, a 3-rank passive, increasing healing done by Soothing Mist by 3%. We have Shroud of Mist, a 3-rank passive, reducing all damage you take by 3% while you are channeling Soothing Mist. We also have Dancing Mists. This is a 1-rank passive. Renewing Mist has a 10% chance to immediately spread to an additional target when initially cast or when traveling to a new target. We have Coalescing Mists. This is a 3-rank passive, increasing healing done by Effuse by 3%. And our first major trait, Celestial Breath, a 1-rank passive. Activating Thunder Focus Tea causes you to exhale the breath of Yu'lon, healing up to 6 allies within 12 yards for 19,077 over 3 seconds. Now if we head this direction, we see we have Essence of the Mists, 3-rank passive, increasing healing done by Essence Font by 5%. Spirit Tether, a 3-rank passive, where your Transcendence Spirit reduces the movement speed of nearby enemies by 20%. Mist of Life, a 1-rank passive. Life Cocoon applies Renewing Mist and Enveloping Mist to the target. Protection of Xiao Hao, a 3-rank passive, increasing damage absorbed by Life Cocoon by 5%. And our second major trait, the Blessings of Yu'lon, a 1-rank passive. Activating Revival summons the Spirit of Yu'lon, healing all revival targets for an additional 30% of Revival's heal over 6 seconds. Here we have Way of the Mistweaver, a 3-rank passive, increasing healing done by Enveloping Mist by 3%. We have Extended Healing, a 3-rank passive, increasing the duration of Renewing Mist by 1 second. We have Infusion of Life, a 3-rank passive, increasing healing done by Vivify by 5 seconds. We have Light on Your Feet, a 1-rank passive, channeling Essence Font for its full duration increases your movement speed by 30% for 3 seconds. And finally, the Mists of Shaylun, our last major trait, a 1-rank passive. Your healing spells have a chance to awaken Shaylun, increasing your healing over time by 20% for 10 seconds. When this effect ends, Shaylun releases a wave of mist that heals all allies within 15 yards for 14,130. Now, of course, these numbers are what it's showing for us in our current item level and for our current mastery levels and such. So those numbers will be a lot higher when you get to level 110 and you're geared out. So don't worry. When tanks have 13 million or 3 million health, rather 13 million. When they have 3 million health, 14,000 doesn't seem that much, but this is all assuming level 100. The numbers that we have right now. And you can see now we have 3 relic slots here at the top, the third being unable to put anything into until you finish your monk order campaign, and that can take you well into 110, so don't worry too much about that. It'll be a while before you're able to put anything in that slot. But for the other 2, you get it when you're able to put something in when you get Shaylun for the first time, and you'll get relics through quests and dungeons, so you'll be able to put things in here very quickly. I think you get one from maybe one of the first quests to kind of give you an idea of when you'll be getting your first relic. What they do is they add passive item levels to your staff itself, and they will also add passive ranks. So, for instance, if we have 3 of 3 coalescing mists, we might have an extra 2 from one of these 2 coalescing mists, and that would increase it to 5 of 3, meaning we would get an extra 6% on top of the 3 ranks that we already have. So you would end up with 9% plus an extra 6. You'd have 15% increased healing done by FUs, and just for that example. Okay, I do want to mention as well, once you put one of your relics into these slots, they cannot be taken back out. Blizzard has stated that they have no intention of allowing us to do that. They may change their mind, of course, during the expansion at some point, but for now, when you do put something in here, it is in there permanently, so if you are going to put a new relic over top, make sure that that's a choice that you are 100% okay with making permanently, because it's not coming back. The one you're overwriting is going away forever. Now, usually you don't have to worry about that while you're leveling, but at 110, you might be putting in a side grade after a few weeks, and just to test it out, be aware that the one that's inside is going to disappear. And now we can see up here, we have a 1 now up here in the corner for Shaylun Staff of the Mists. We've purchased 1 total rank, which gives us a passive increase in stamina of 0.75%, and also a passive increase in damage dealt by 1%, and these will be effective for up to 34 traits. So as we put points in here, we will get a bit of passive stamina and damage as a healer. You also will get passive stamina and damage as tanks, and some of the DPS, or actually all the DPS classes, will only get passive stamina. So keep that in mind. You will gain damage for every point that you're putting in. I do also want to mention that if you open your inventory or your character pane and shift right click on the staff itself, it will open up that UI that we were looking at, and here it is again. What was the point of me telling you that? Oh, that you can open it anywhere in the world. I apologize. I drew a blank for no reason in particular. You're able to open this anywhere in the world and put in relics into your relic slots and change these, put a new one in. But you can't put artifact power in anywhere in the world except for here at the Forge of the Roaring Mountain. So make sure you're saving up. It's not really necessary for you to come back here every time when you're leveling. You just barely get enough to put in 1 point into any of those traits. Kind of go around, finish your zone, come back here, put your points in, because they're going to bring you here anyway, a lot for tutorials through running you through how your class order hall works and such. So I wouldn't come back here really in the middle of questing unless you just got enough points to put it into one of those major traits. Those are really, really powerful. I could see you coming back for that, but for the others, it's not really necessary.
You are most welcome.
This weapon is truly amazing, yet much of its potential remains untapped. If we are to end the threat of the Burning Legion once and for all, we will need to fully unlock its power. Your weapon is stronger than ever. Now is the perfect time to put it to use and take our fight to the Legion. Master Su has set up a command table by the training grounds and has collected reports from our friends and allies around all of Azeroth. When you are ready, Grandmaster, he should have an update prepared for you.
Family, friends.
Okay, so we're going to start heading down there. I do want to show you here at the top, we did talk about this UI that pops up when we were in our class order hall. You can see there are order resources. These are the exact same things as garrison resources. They are used in particular for setting off missions, just like we did in our garrison throughout Warlords of Draenor. You won't have as many of them, but they are useful for progressing in your class order hall campaign, which of course opens that last relic slot. They will also sometimes give you artifact power, little bits of extra artifact power and gold. I'm not sure, there might be order resources now. I haven't done them in a while at 110 on my 110 character, so keep that in mind. You will also use these to get troops. They're kind of like minions from Warcraft 3. They'll be 3 use. They were 3 use, at least the last time I did, which was maybe a month and a half ago. They're 3 uses. You put them on your mission. They give special bonuses, and you'll be prompted to, at some point, come to your class order hall, and they'll show you how to go about recruiting troops. You'll also get champions throughout your leveling and throughout your campaign. Some of them may be major lore characters. I don't know the monk ones in particular. I'm just going to say a few that may end up being, would be maybe Lili Storm Stout, Chen Storm Stout, maybe, and Tao Shi, maybe Taranzu. They may all end up being part of your world. No, part of your class order hall, and champions that you can kind of send on the missions. Also, you have the option of having a bodyguard with you in the open world at any time. I would make sure when you finally get one of those bodyguards, you will go to your UI, you'll see a little bodyguard circle at the bottom. Click and drag one of your bodyguard champions to come with you in the world. They're super effective. They'll help you quest all the way to 110, and then even after 110, they could stay with you in the open world, not in dungeons or raids, but they'll stay with you in the open world and help you do your world quests / dailies, and that can be particularly useful. So make sure you're doing that as well. These order resources can be used for research upgrades for your order hall. Now, I can't show you the NPC for that, unfortunately, because it's not available to us. It would be available a little bit later on when you're going through your questing. The idea of the upgrades, you'll have 2 choices in 6 different tiers. The 6th tier, though, only being 1, so you actually have 5 tiers of 2 choices. And they will take anywhere from 2 hours to 14 days. So at level 110, it starts to become very difficult to get those upgrades, because they take 7 days, 10 days, 12 days, and 14 days for the very final tier, which is the most important one. But that first tier takes, I think it's 2 hours and 50 resources, and they'll prompt you to do that. So on your leveling process before 110, you don't really have to worry about keeping up on it. They'll kind of walk you through it, and you'll get a little button over here, kind of like a garrison, like we did it for our garrisons. So you can click on that and see how your missions are doing if you're using the basic UI. So what was my point? What was my point? Those first 2 can range for anything from a 20% increase in mission success for your first mission of the day versus a chance to have your gear have a chance to upgrade while you're going through and leveling through the zones. And then some of the final ones are, you can get one of your 3 bonus rolls per week. The seals, I think it's Seal of Broken Fate, I believe it's called. You can use that. You can get that upgrade for your class hall, so you get one of those 3 bonus rolls for raids each week for free. And then the final one is the most important. The final one is the ability to equip 2 of these legendary items. And these legendary items are item level 895. They have insane stats on them, and they also have equip bonuses that range from anything from utility to damage to defensive abilities. So that you can wear one of these legendaries. They are world drops. You are not guaranteed to get one. Eventually, Blizzard has said the longer you go without getting one, the better your chances will be, but you're never absolutely guaranteed to get these. But you can eventually wear 2 from that final tier in the research upgrades. So let's take a look just at a couple of these so you can get an idea of what their equip bonuses are. Soothing Mist heals a second injured ally within 15 yards for 50% of the amount healed. So essentially, that's giving you a free Jade Dragon statue. Each time Enveloping Mist heals an ally at full health, its healing bonus spreads to up to 2 nearby allies within 20 yards. Here's another. Rising Sun Kick causes your target's melee attacks to extend your heal over time effects by 2 seconds. So you throw your heals over time on the tank, run up to the boss, throw Rising Sun Kick every time it's up, throw some heals in between, get the raid back up, run up, you can keep using Rising Sun Kick and extending some of your hots, as they call them. Okay, we've taken a look at that. We've talked about what the order resources are used for, and we talked about the bodyguards and such. There is one more thing in here that we can take a look at. There are some lore spoilers. There are some other things that the class hall will walk you through. I'm not going to talk about those because I don't know the specifics of them, because each class hall has like different missions and stuff like that. You'll have your own kind of quest line going through Legion for the different classes.
Your gold
But
is
we have
welcome
here
here.
a set. As you can see, we have the Grandmaster set. It does not look particularly good. Sorry, I'm eating my tongue at the moment. Yeah, it doesn't look great. But it is a decent set. If you are a casual player or you are someone who will be playing this as an alt, you can kind of work towards this. You can see they cost 500 gold per piece. They are level 110 only, and some of them do have extra requirements, such as being honored with the Nightfallen, recruiting 6 champions for your order hall, having earned 100,000 artifact power, or being exalted with the Nightfallen. And you can wow, this music. You can increase the item level of these blues, the 810, 820, and 830 pieces, with these armor kits the same way that you would have in Warlords of Draenor with the profession boosts. You can buy these with order resources and boost your set all the way to 840. And I'll put my I'll put my cursor over this so you can pause the video if you'd like to take a look at the set bonuses, and because I'm not going to talk about them, but there we go.
Remember the sun well.
Keep that in mind if you are a casual player, or if you're just using this as an alt to get some gold through your daily quests, or your world quest as they're calling them now. You can go ahead and get that set over time to fill in kind of spots that you don't get Titan Forged or War Forged pieces for. So we've got this gentleman over here, and we're going to talk to him. Okay, we're back. Took a quick break there.
Greetings.
Grandmaster, I prepared a brief report on all that I found about the Broken Isles. You may find it quite interesting.
May the eternal sun.
The Burning Legion has left a trail of ruin all across the face of Azeroth. We must strike at their bases within the Broken Isles if we are to have any hope of ending this war. I put together a map on the Isles and a list of tasks that we will need to have done there. Once you've had a chance to peruse the map, you should choose where we will begin our assault.
Go in peace.
And if we click on the map here, that'll bring up the scouting map UI. As you can see, we have 4 zones that we could choose from. I'm sorry about the singing in the background, if that's distracting you. But we have 4 zones that we could choose from. You can see them here. They will level with you. It doesn't matter where you start or where you finish. Just pick whatever you think is the most interesting, or the one that you really want to try. Or if you're like me, I'm probably just going to go in a line, because I'm like that. So here's Suramar in the middle. This is a 110 only zone, and you don't have to worry about any of these until you're 110. And these you won't have to worry about for a little while after that. I do want to mention as well, if you are leveling with someone, let's say you get 1 level ahead, you don't have to worry about the fact that the mobs will show as a different level. The difficulty of all the mobs is static all the way from 100 to 110, meaning it usually takes the exact same amount of hits at 100 as it does at 109 to kill a mob, and then 110 the mobs become significantly more difficult in terms of how much HP they have and how hard they hit, I've noticed. So I use the word significantly. It's not too hard. You'll just notice a difference until you get a good bit of gear at 110. So, for the purposes of this, we're just going to click on Stormheim. Eventually, you will come back to this to pick these other ones. When you finish, questing in one zone, you'll come back and they'll say, oh, where do we go next? And then blah, blah, blah. Where do you want to go next? Where do you want to go next? Until you're done and you've hit 110. So we'll just pick that to progress. An excellent choice, Grandmaster.
Walk with the Earth Mother.
Our friends in the Kirin Tor have created one of their magical portals to provide quick travel to Dalaran. You can find it near the steps of the temple. As you can see, there it is right there. So if you want to go back to Dalaran, you can take that portal. You can also, of course, take your Dalaran Hearthstone, or you can set your regular Hearthstone back there. So you can go back and forth. And you can also get back here very easily by using Zen Pilgrimage. And then recasting it again if you are someone who was already in Dalaran. Now we have to try and find our healing dummy, if you will. See, there's the... I believe that's a tanking dummy, is that right? There's the tanking dummy. We're not interested really in those. Those will actually hit back, so you have to be very, very careful when you're fighting those. Where is the healing dummy? There's gotta be one. Oh, well, nobody saw that, so that's unfortunate. Is it in here? Maybe they haven't implemented them yet. I feel like I've looked over the entire zone. Join. Oh, I am in general. Join 1. Or join. Yeah, it doesn't seem like I'll be able to talk. So there's no healing dummy over here. Let's just look for a little bit longer. If not, we'll just go over and I'll cast the abilities, I guess, on myself. Is there anything down here? I believe I've gone down here before. And there wasn't anything. Yeah, I've gone down there. There's none over there. I'm sure they wouldn't be behind this building, right? Nope. Well, this is super unfortunate. Because we may not be able to see Shaylun's gift. Because we're unable to get any healing done on a target with low health. Here's the training dummies for damage. These over here are damage as well, right? Yep. And that one, okay. Maybe around the corner? Around the corner. What's up here? Hello, friends. Excuse me, Mr. Temple Guard. Could you tell me where the hell I'm supposed to go? That would be helpful. The singing pools. No, this is the... Oops. We don't want to jump off. That is one of the things I wish Blizzard would have implemented. Kind of a tutorial, maybe. Remember, Shatrath. Oh, here, follow me, and I'll show you around. That would be quite useful. Some balancing poles. I don't think that has any significance for us. Healing dummies, thank the Lord. It's on this side. Very difficult to find. If you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't notice that they were there. Okay, so the reason these healing dummies are great, obviously they're constantly refreshing to 1% health, so you can spam heal all you want, and you'll get an idea of what your HPS would be in something like SCADA or Recount. So let's go ahead before we do and take a look at our talents. These are the Mistweaver talents now. Chi Burst in the 15 tier, 0.808 second cast or 30-second cooldown. Healing for... Oh, excuse me. Let's start over. Hurls a torrent of chi energy up to 40 yards forward, dealing 18,863 nature damage to all enemies and 18,862 healing to the monk and all allies in its path. Then we have Zen Pulse, instant cast on a 15-second cooldown, triggers a Zen Pulse around an ally, dealing 14,678 damage to all enemies within 8 yards of the target. The ally is healed for 14,130 per enemy damaged. We also have Mistwalk, an instant cast with a 20-second recharge, instantly dash to a friendly player and heal them for 24,727. In the 30 tier, we have Chi Torpedo, which will replace Roll. It's an instant cast with a 20-second recharge time, and it will have 2 charges, obviously. Torpedoes you forward a long distance and increases your movement speed by 30% for 10 seconds, and that can stack twice for a 60% increase in movement speed. And we have Tiger's Lust, an instant cast on a 30-second cooldown, increases a friendly target's movement speed by 70% for 6 seconds and removes all roots and snares. We have Celerity, a passive reducing the cooldown of roll by 5 seconds and increasing its maximum number of charges by 1. In the 45 tier, we have Life Cycles, a passive where Enveloping Mist reduces the mana cost of your next Vivify by 20%, and Vivify reduces the mana cost of your next Enveloping Mist by 20%. We then have Spirit of the Crane, a passive where Teachings of the Monastery causes each additional blackout kick to restore 0.65% mana. If you remember, Teachings of the Monastery is where Blackout Kick has a 15% chance to reset the cooldown on Rising Sun Kick, and Tiger Palm makes your next Blackout Kick strike an additional time, and you could stack that up to 3 times. So, getting a little bit of mana back while you're fighting might not be a bad thing, but if you did see, we really didn't have any mana problems, so I don't know if that is going to be super useful. Maybe, maybe at max level. Mist Wrap, a passive which increases your Enveloping Mist duration by 1 second and its healing bonus by 10%. You may now channel Soothing Mist while moving. That's the reason we were able to channel that while we were running around. In the 60 tier, we have Ring of Peace, a instant cast 45-second cooldown, forming a Ring of Peace around a friendly target for 8 seconds. Enemies in the ring that use a harmful spell or ability will be knocked out of the ring. Then we have a Song of Chi-Ji, which I didn't have an opportunity to use. This conjures a cloud of hypnotic mist that slowly travels forward. Enemies touched by the mist fall asleep, disoriented for 20 seconds. We have Leg Sweep, an instant cast on a 45-second cooldown. This knocks down all enemies within 5 yards, stunning them for 5 seconds. In the 75 tier, we have Healing Elixir. This is instant cast with a 30-second recharge. It can have 2 charges. Drink a Healing Elixir, healing you for 15% of your maximum health. Healing Elixir will automatically trigger if you drop below 35% health and a charge is available. And we have Diffuse Magic, an instant cast 2-minute cooldown, reducing magic damage you take by 60% for 6 seconds, and transferring all currently active harmful magical effects on you back to their original caster if possible. And finally, Dampen Harm. We have an instant cast 2-minute cooldown, reducing all damage you take by 30% from the next 3 attacks that damage you for 15% or more of your maximum health, castable while stunned. In the 90 tier, we have Refreshing Jade Wind, an 8,000 mana cost. It's an instant cast with 4.85 second cooldown. Summon a whirling tornado around you, causing 15,894 healing over 4.8 seconds to up to 6 allies within 8 yards, and increasing the healing of Essence Font by 20% while it's active. Then we have Invoke Chi-Ji, the Red Crane, an instant cast on a 3-minute cooldown. It summons an effigy of Chi-Ji, the Red Crane, for 45 seconds. Chi-Ji heals nearby allies with Crane Heal for 12,717. And finally, in this 90 tier, we have Summon Jade Serpent Statue, an instant cast with a 10-second cooldown. Summons a Jade Serpent Statue at the target location. When you channel Soothing Mist, the statue will also channel Soothing Mist on your target, healing for 50% as much as you do. In the 100 tier, we have Manatee, an instant cast 1.5-minute cooldown, reducing the mana cost of your spells by 50% for 10 seconds. Focused Thunder. This is a passive where Thunder Focused T now empowers empowers your next 2 spells. And Rising Thunder, a passive where Rising Sun Kick resets the remaining cooldown on Thunder Focused T. So we've taken a look at some of these talents. This build that I have is not indicative of what the best build may be. It just may be. It may turn out that this is the best you could possibly do. But I wasn't going for min-maxing or anything like that. I just went with what I thought would be fun, what I thought would be useful. I was going off of no real basis other than this is what I probably would pick if I was a Mistweaver monk starting out in Legion. Okay, so now that we've taken a look at that, let's take a look at some of the abilities that we have baseline. We have Provoke for some reason, an instant cast Taunt on an 8-second cooldown, and it would cause the mob to move 50% increased speed towards you. Of course, we have Zen Pilgrimage, which we talked about, and we have Transcendence, which we'll use here. I'm sure you know what Transcendence is. It creates a copy of your spirit, and if we go over here and swap, boom, takes us back to our place. Our spirit goes over there, and then the transfer goes on cooldown for 25 seconds. We also have Resuscitate, which is our single target revive, and we also have Reawaken, which is our AoE heal, or AoE heal, geez, our mass resurrection. We have Paralysis, which is our CC, instant cast on a 15-second cooldown. It will incapacitate the target for 1 minute. You can only have one target paralyzed at any time, and any damage will cancel the effect. We talked about Shiji, the Red Crane. Let's take a look at what that looks like when we bring her out. You can see she's running around, healing all of the low-health training dummies. It can get a little annoying watching him run around. So if you don't take this, I can understand why, but it's a pretty cool ability to have. We have a Song of Chi-Ji, which is what we talked about earlier. This mist creeps forward. Anything it touches, as you can see, it put to sleep these long-eared minks. So that would work on any of... okay, time for you to go. It would put targets to sleep, essentially. We have Life Cocoon. This is 3,840 mana, instant cast on a 3-minute cooldown. It will encase the target in a cocoon of chi energy for 12 seconds, absorbing 213,756 damage and increasing all healing over time received by 50%. So we'll just target that pop so you can see what the animation looks like now. Well, okay. Well, it resets. Obviously, the animation goes away. So hopefully we'll have some time and we'll look at that again so you can actually see what it looks like. There's something here I don't understand. We talked about a Chi Torpedo. We'll take a look at the animation here. As you can see, pretty cool. Just a kind of a different role. We have Zen Pulse. As you can see, Zen Pulse will deal damage, and then whatever damage it dealt will be healed back. So it killed, unfortunately, our 2 minks are gone forever. Thunder Focus T. This is an instant cast with a 30-second cooldown. You receive a jolt of energy, empowering your next spell cast. Renewing Mist would not trigger a cooldown. If you used Effuse, it would heal the... The healing would be increased by 200%. If you used Enveloping Mist, it would be an instant cast. If you used Essence Font, it would be castable while moving. And if you used Vivify, it would be no mana cost. So, we could use this. Pop. Here's Essence Font, which we'll talk about in a minute, but you can see we can cast that channel while we're moving. So that's how that works. We have Detox, 4,160 mana cost, instant cast with an 8-second cooldown. This removes all magic, poison, and disease effects from the target. We have Renewing Mist, of course, 4,480 mana cost, instant cast, surrounds the target with Healing Mist, restoring 61,200 health over 20 seconds. If Renewing Mist heals a target past maximum health, it will travel to another injured ally within 20 yards. Each time Renewing Mist heals, it has a 4% chance to increase the healing of your next Vivify by 40%. So that's what the animation there looks like for that. And you can see we did get our Vivify, so we'll go ahead and pop that. And we're channeling Soothing Mist, and I can't cancel that, so, well, there we go, we can cancel it that way. We have Effuse, a 3,200 mana cost, 1.21 second cast, a fast and efficient spell, healing the target for 14,130. So here's Effuse, nothing special, and of course we're casting Soothing Mist again. Our Vivify, let's just get rid of that so we can see what it does basically. 7,200 mana cost, 1.21 second cast, causes a surge of invigorating mists around the target, healing them and their 2 nearest injured allies for 19,428. So this is kind of like your chain heal. You can see both targets were healed. Cast it again. Boom. You see a little animation that comes up for that. Okay, we have Enveloping Mist, 9,600 mana cost, 1.62 second cast, wraps the target in Healing Mist, healing for 116,756 over 7 seconds, and increasing healing received from your other spells by 40%. So we'll take a look at Enveloping Mist. Boom. That's a little animation for it. We can pop our other heal over time, and then we get a Vivify. Boom. Lots of healing. Lots of healing. And then we have Essence Font. This is cost 12,800 mana. Is a channeled ability, and this unleashes a rapid twirl of healing bolts at up to 6 allies within 25 yards every second for 2.4 seconds. Each bolt heals a target for 8,984 plus an additional 3,638 over 6 seconds. Gust of Mists will heal affected targets twice. And you remember Gust of Mist was our mastery. Effuse, Renewing Mist, Enveloping Mist, and Vivify also cause a Gust of Healing Mist, instantly healing the primary target for 12,585. So, that's what that looks like. We saw that animation. Boom. And if we throw these on there, boom, and it's got the little hot on there as well. Oh, look, our buddies are back. The minks are back. They didn't actually die. We have Revival. This costs 6,998 mana. Is an instant cast on a 3-minute cooldown. Heals all party and raid members within 40 yards for 50,867 and clears them of all harmful magical, poison, and disease effects. So, boom. Doesn't really have much of an animation, but you get the idea. That's your big oh shit moment heal, just as it is on live. We talked about healing elixir. Nothing too spectacular. We'll hit it again. See just a little bit of a green effect that comes out of you. Tiger Palm. I don't think I can hit these.
Attack that.
Nope. Actually, before we leave, let's see. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I can trigger Shayloon's gift to show you. Maybe if I... Oh, I guess I should stop healing, right? Maybe if I take the item off, put it back on, let's try it one more time to see if we can get some of these clouds to appear. Because otherwise we're not going to get an opportunity to see the artifact weapons. Boom. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're actually triggering any of the clouds, so it must have something to do with maybe being in combat with something. That's unfortunate, because I really wanted to see what it looked like myself. So I do apologize that we're not able to see that, but I'm sure once the servers are live, you'll have an opportunity to see it for yourself. That makes me sad. Yep. Okay. Well, we'll check out. Actually, we went the wrong way, ladies and gentlemen. This place turns me around and I'm gone. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Okay, right over here. Show you a couple of the animations for the attacks. Here is Tiger Strike, or Tiger Palm. Attack with the palm of your hand, dealing 6,606 damage. Boom. Same animation, I think, as it is on live. Maybe a little bit of extra texture to it. Blackout Kick, instant cast, 2.42 second cooldown. Deals 24,586. If you use Tiger Strike 3 times, as you can see, you can get a bunch of kickoffs. Kicks off. So you use Tiger Strike 3 times. Blackout Kick. Look at all those damage numbers go off. So that's how you're going to deal damage while you're leveling. You know, throw out your Tiger Strikes. Get that off. Get a Rising Sun Kick. Rising Sun Kick costs 3,600 mana. Is an instant cast with a 9.69 second cooldown and will deal 46,384 damage. Of course, we have Spinning Crane Kick, which will do AoE damage for 23,484 damage over the 1.2 seconds you're casting it, 2 enemies within 8 yards. And finally, actually, let's take same animation. And finally, Crackling Jade Lightning, which did get an animation change, I believe. This will channel Jade Lightning, causing 63,633 nature damage over 3.2 seconds to the target, and sometimes knocking back melee attackers. So there you go. That's what that looks like now. The Emperor Palpatine, as I'm calling it. So guys, I do want to thank you for joining me on our journey here today to check out the Mistweaver Monk. I did have a good time. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a little bit more fun than it is on live. I do miss having the ability to cast Soothing Mist through just pressing my own button, but it's not that big of a deal. You kind of get used to it after a few. Once you get the idea and the feeling of how it's supposed to work, it's not too difficult. Oh, thank you. Perfect, perfect. So we'll just come up here so we can talk in peace. So again, I do want to thank you. If you did enjoy the video, please leave me a like. It lets me know that I'm doing an okay job. I'm still learning how to make these videos as I go. I'm trying to cut back on the stuttering and have an idea of what I want to do before I go in into these videos. So if you did enjoy it, please leave me a like. If you do have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave those below. I do read those. Any questions I will try and answer myself. If I can't find the answer by just logging on my character, I will ask someone in one of the guilds that I'm in on my higher level characters on the beta, or my higher level character on the beta, and I'll try and find a monk that has some more information, and I'll get that information to you. Okay, guys, you guys have a wonderful day or evening, depending on where you are in the world, and I hope to see you in another video soon.